This week has been really great, and the thing I've loved about being able to come back to the Dominican Republic this year is that we've created relationships now, and so you can see some of the kids and they'll run up to you and you'll recognize them. I'm like, hey Alejandro, like, what's up? Except I don't speak Spanish at all.
This week has been great so far. I've seen a lot of amazing things and a lot of sad things. It's amazing to see the work that the people of Macarios are doing. Like Benjamin, the way he interacts with the kids when he tells stories at VBS is absolutely amazing.
This week I've really learned how God can just work outside of boundaries. And for me specifically, I don't know Spanish and I didn't know Spanish. So I think that really God has really called my attention to just the fact that even though I don't know Spanish and they don't know English, that He can still work and do really awesome things through me for His will, and that God's bigger than just boundaries like language.
It's been really great to just have these relationships that you can know and that you can delve into, because that's really what this is all about. It's about being able to find a place where we can continually just pour love into, and that it isn't something that we're just here for a week, but that we're making a lasting impression.
When we were listening to the lesson, one of the kids sat next to me and he wanted me to put his arm around him. It was really cool to feel wanted like that.
One thing that God has really taught me this year in this mission trip is that we really are all one people. Last night we did a worship time with the Haitian teachers and our team. And even though we were singing the same song in two different languages, it still showed that we were still praising the same God and that we were all brothers and sisters in Christ.
Part of it's special because a lot of the kids that I went to in Guatemala, sort of the last crop of them is graduating. And so it was kind of nice to come to get to spend one more mission trip with them and see how they've changed and how they've grown.
I think what's really been most impactful this week is how opening and welcoming the kids are. I remember going to the school and one just ran up and hugged me, never met her before, and I personally thought that was the sweetest thing. And at the end of the day, she told me, "Te amo," which means I love you in Spanish. And I think it's really neat how they just reach out to every one of the missionaries, and they're being blessed, but I feel so incredibly blessed as well. And I'm really glad that I got the chance to come.
A lot of the teens are really consistent in that they work hard, they have really good attitudes, and they realize that it's not about them, they realize it's something bigger, it's about Christ. It's about serving others and being a light in a place that's more or less dark.
So I think that's one thing that's really stuck out for me this trip, is just knowing that even though we're all in different places in the world, we're still one people under God.
When I came to the DR, I knew that it was going to be desolate and the people were going to be financially poor. But what I didn't expect was the happiness that the people would find in relationships with their neighbors and with us and just each other in general. They found a way to maintain this happiness despite their material needs. And it's something that I could definitely learn from when I'm back in America and I have all the resources in my own hands, and to learn to be happy with other people.
Fun to interact with the kids because, they may be from a different part of the world, but they're still kids and they still just want to play.
I really enjoyed being with the kids and playing with them and building relationships with staff and other students and kids and people in the communities.
I was actually at VBS, and a young boy that wasn't part of Macarios came in and he just wanted to play basketball. And he just pointed to himself and said, "Curry," and pointed to me and said, "LeBron." And we just spent the whole day together and we didn't say really a word to each other. And it just goes to show that relationships can be across nations and bilingual, but you can still find happiness in each other. And that's what I learned at the DR.